Welcome to English Story Cafe. Today we have a really great story for you.
That's right. It's a story about learning English better and maybe faster too.
It's about a man named Daniel. Now, Daniel knew lots of English words, but speaking was difficult for him.
Yeah, a really common problem, you understand, but the words just don't come out right.
Exactly. And the big lesson in his story is how to stop translating in your head.
Mm-hmm. And start thinking in English instead. That's the goal.
Okay, before we jump into the story, let's look at a few words you'll hear soon. These are important for understanding Daniel's feelings at the start.
Good idea. Simple words, but useful.
First word, frustration. Can you say that? Frustration.
Frustration. It's that feeling, when you're upset or maybe angry because you can't do something.
Like, I feel frustration when my computer is slow, or when you can't say the word you want in English.
Exactly. Daniel felt a lot of frustration.
Okay, next word, scared. Scared.
Scared means feeling fear. Afraid. Like he was scared to speak English. Maybe you feel scared sometimes too. It's normal. Very normal. Another word is nightmare.
Ooh, nightmare. Usually that's a bad dream when you sleep.
Right. But here, it means a really bad, really difficult experience when you're awake.
So for Daniel, speaking English felt like a nightmare sometimes. It was that hard for him.
Yeah, it was his personal nightmare.
And the last one, for now, breaking point.
Breaking point. This is a key idea. It's that moment, that exact time when you feel you just can't continue like this anymore.
You decide something must change. It's your breaking point.
You've had enough.
Hmm.
You need a new way.
Okay, so keep those words in mind. Frustration, scared, nightmare, and breaking point. Let's start Daniel's story. Chapter 1, the breaking point.
Right. So Daniel lived in Spain, and like he said, he was actually pretty good at English on paper.
He could watch movies, understand them mostly.
Yeah, movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
He passed his English exams in school, so he thought, okay, I know English.
Speaking was different.
Totally different. That was the hard part. When he tried to talk, his thoughts, they came out in Spanish first, always.
Ah, the translation problem.
Exactly. So he had to take the Spanish thought, find the English words, put them together.
And meanwhile, the real conversation.
It just moved on. Too fast. People don't wait for you to translate in your head.
No, they don't. Okay, let's pause there. That word translate, it's a verb, an action word.
Translate. It means to change words from one language like Spanish into another language, like English.
Translate. And this is the big problem we want to fix with Daniel's story. Stop translating.
Right. So Daniel often felt stuck. He might know what to say, but the translation took too long.
And what happened then? Did he just stay quiet?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Or sometimes he mumbled. That's another word. Mumbled.
Mumbled, like speaking very quietly and not clearly.
Exactly. Maybe he'd say something like, one moment, really low, hard to hear. That's mumbling.
Because he was trying to translate and he felt stressed or, embarrassed.
Yes, and every time this happened, he felt like he failed.
Failed. Like he didn't succeed. He didn't do what he wanted to do.
Right. He felt he failed himself. He knew the English, but he couldn't use it. It was deep frustration.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. There was one specific time, wasn't there, in the cafe where he worked?
Yes, this was the big moment, his breaking point. He was working, and the couple from Britain came in.
Okay. English speakers?
Yep. And they ordered 2 cappuccinos. Simple. Daniel understood them perfectly. He knew the words 2 cappuccinos.
Well, when it was his turn to reply, maybe say, okay, or coming right up.
His brain just froze. It stopped.
His brain froze. That's a great phrase. What does that mean exactly?
It means it just stopped working suddenly, like ice. No thoughts moving, no words coming out, total block.
Wow. So what did he do?
He just mumbled something again.
Mm-hmm.
One moment, and he actually just walked away, left them standing there.
Oh, no. How did he feel then?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. He felt ashamed, frustrated, just awful. He knew he had failed again.
And this was the moment.
This was it.
Yeah.
He realized it couldn't continue. He had this dream, you see. His boss had sort of mentioned that if his English got really good, he might get a chance to go work in their London office. A big opportunity.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a big motivation.
Huge. And that day, after the cappuccino incident, it became more than a dream. It felt like survival.
Survival, meaning like it was super important for his future. He had to do it.
Exactly. It wasn't just, I want to learn English. It was, I need to learn English to get the life I want. This was his breaking point.
So he made a decision.
A very strong promise to himself. He said, that's it. I will stop translating. I'm going to train my brain somehow to think in English.
Not just study words, but change how his brain worked?
Precisely. He knew the old way wasn't working. Time for something completely new.
Okay, chapter 2. The big decision. Starting to think. How did he even begin? That sounds like a huge task.
It is huge. But he started small. And importantly, he started immediately, the very next morning.
What did you do? Wake up early?
Yep. Woke up early and decided his room was his first English classroom. Not for studying books, but for living in English.
Living in English. Huh.
He looked around his room and he started naming things. Out loud. No, just in his head. Silently.
Oh, okay, so like
bed. Then he'd look at his pillow.
Ah.
Pillow. Then the blanket. Blanket, just the basic names first.
Simple words, things he probably already knew.
Exactly. But the point wasn't learning new words right then. It was forcing his brain to connect the object directly to the English word.
Skipping the Spanish word completely.
That was the goal. See the bed, think bed. Not see the bed, think comma, then think bed. Direct link.
Okay. And then he added more.
Then he added simple details. Soft pillow, blue blanket, big window. Adding adjectives, describing words.
Still in his head.
Still all silently. Building simple English thoughts.
And what if he didn't know a word?
Good question. He thought of his vocabulary, all the words he knew, as his mental toolbox.
A mental toolbox, like a box in your head with tools, but the tools are words.
Exactly. So if he saw something, maybe a specific type of lamp, and didn't know the English word, he'd look it up later. Finding that new word was like adding a new tool to his mental toolbox.
Making his English toolbox bigger and better.
Right. So this first technique, we can call it technique 1, naming and describing. And you, listening now, you can do this too.
How?
Just look around your room. Right now, what do you see? Say the English name in your head. Chair, table, book.
Then add a color or size. Red chair, small table. Interesting book.
Perfect. Just simple descriptions. And the most important thing Daniel focused on was consistency.
Consistency. Doing something the same way regularly many times.
Yes. He knew he wouldn't be perfect. He'd make mistakes. His brain would try to go back to Spanish. But he decided to be consistent. Do it every day, even for just a few minutes.
Consistency, not perfection. That's a good mindset.
It's crucial for building habits. Okay, so he did this naming and describing in his room. But then he had to leave for work.
Did he stop then?
No way. He forced himself to keep thinking in English.
Yeah.
While brushing his teeth, he'd think, I'm brushing my teeth. Simple present, continuous.
Just describing his own actions.
Yes. And he said his brain kept trying to switch back to Spanish. It was easier, faster for it.
The old habit.
Right. But he kept pulling it back to English. He compared it to training a puppy.
Training a puppy? How?
You know, a puppy wants to run everywhere, chew everything. You have to gently but firmly keep guiding it. No, sit, stay. He was doing that with his own brain. No, think in English. Stay in English.
Rationally pulling it back each time.
Over and over again. And on his way to work, walking, or on the bus, he kept doing it.
Naming things outside.
Naming, describing actions, all silently in his head. Short, simple sentences. Red car stopping, woman crossing the street, dog barking.
Just observing the world through English.
Exactly. Creating a constant stream of English thoughts.
And what about at work? In the cafe? That was the place where he felt the most pressure.
Right. That was harder. But he forced himself there, too. He made a rule. If an English-speaking customer came in, he had to try and greet them first.
Oh, proactive, instead of waiting and getting scared.
Yes. Just a simple, good morning, how are you today? Even if his voice shook a little at first.
Facing the fear directly.
And he realized something important. He realized that speed in speaking doesn't come from studying one perfect phrase for hours.
Where does it come from then?
Speed comes from habit. From doing it again and again, making those connections faster, more automatic in the brain. Like playing piano practice, make your fingers move faster. Practice makes your brain speak faster.
Makes sense. Practice the action, not just the theory.
Exactly. Now, he had a favorite exercise he did every day. He called it Technique 2, the 1-minute mind race.
1-minute mind race? What's that?
Okay, you get a timer. Your phone timer is perfect. You set it for just 1 minute, 60 seconds.
Okay, 1 minute, then what?
You start a timer, and you have to describe everything around you, or everything you're thinking, in English, nonstop, for the whole minute.
Without stopping at all.
That's the key. No pausing to search for the perfect word. No stopping to correct your grammar. Just talk, talk, talk. Or, well, think it if you're doing it silently.
Wow, that sounds intense. What's the purpose of the speed?
The speed is designed to give your brain no time to translate. If you're constantly thinking the next English word, the translation habit just can't keep up. It forces direct English thought.
It prioritizes flow, getting the words out over being perfectly correct.
Exactly. Flow over accuracy. Just for that 1 minute. It trains the brain to access English words quickly.
Did he do this silently or out loud?
He mostly did it silently in his head, especially at the beginning or on the bus. But you can do it out loud when you're alone.
Interesting. 1 minute nonstop English description.
He even used it for actions. He'd imagine making a cappuccino, step by step, racing against the clock in his head.
Like, pick up the cup, steam the milk, pour slowly, add chocolate, but really fast.
Yeah. Connecting the English words directly to the actions under time pressure.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff for building automaticity.
Okay, so he's naming, describing, narrating his day, doing mind races, all focused on thinking in English. What happened next? Chapter 3 is called The Silent Days. Why silent?
Right. This was an interesting discovery for Daniel. After about a week of this intense internal practice, he realized something surprising.
What was that?
His best, deepest progress wasn't happening when he was forcing himself to talk to customers. It was happening in the moments of silence, when he was just thinking in English by himself. Why would silence be better?
Because silence is safe. Think about it. When you're silent, just thinking in English in your own head.
Nobody is listening. Nobody is judging you.
Exactly. No one is rushing you. You don't feel pressure to be perfect or fast. Your brain can relax a bit.
Okay, I see. It's a low-pressure environment.
Right. So silence became his secret training ground, a place where his brain could really work on building stronger English connections without any stress.
So let's pause for a word. Process.
Okay.
It's a verb here. Process. Yeah, it means to sort of deal with information, to think about it, to understand it, and organize it in your brain.
So in silence, Daniel's brain could process English sentences more freely, try out different ways to say things.
Perfectly put. It could experiment, make connections, access words without the fight or flight feeling you get when speaking under pressure.
So he started using silence more deliberately.
Yes. He developed Technique 3, morning silence practice.
Okay, what did that involve?
Super simple. Every morning, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just sit quietly.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine a conversation entirely in English. Simple, everyday situations.
Like ordering breakfast in a cafe.
Yep. Or asking someone for directions. Or talking about the weather. He'd play both parts of the conversation in his head.
The key rule being?
English only. If a Spanish thought came in, he'd gently push it away and restart the sentence in English.
So 5 minutes of focused, silent English conversation practice.
Right. And the goal here is building faster, smoother connections between English words and ideas, like rehearsing before the actual performance. Your brain practices finding the words and putting them together.
Making the pathways stronger for when you need them in a real conversation.
Exactly. Stronger and faster. Now, he didn't just imagine conversations. He started using silence to really stretch his thinking in English.
How did he do that?
He used something we could call the cup story. Remember how he started by just naming his coffee cup, white cup?
Yeah.
Well, in his silent practice, he'd take that simple object and tell its whole life story in his head, in English.
The cup's life story, like...
This is a paper cup. It probably came from a factory. Maybe the factory used recycled paper. Then it traveled on a big ship across the ocean. Then a truck brought it to the cafe.
Wow, that's much more complex than just white cup.
Right. It forced him to use different vocabulary, different sentence structures, to think about processes and sequences, all within English. It stretched his brain beyond basic description.
Moving from simple naming to complex narration.
Yes. And another thing he did in silence was silent shadowing.
Shadowing. That's repeating what someone says, right? Like an echo.
Exactly. Usually you do it out loud, trying to copy the speaker's pronunciation and speed.
But he did it silently. How does that work?
He would watch English videos, maybe news clips or interviews on YouTube, and he would just move his mouth exactly like the speaker, forming the shapes of the words, feeling the rhythm.
But no sound coming out.
No sound. The focus wasn't on making the sound perfectly. It was on training his mouth muscles to make the English shapes and, crucially, on tuning his ear and brain to the rhythm and flow, the music of English.
Interesting. Training the physical feeling of speaking English without the pressure of actually speaking.
Yes, it connects the listening brain to the speaking mouth,
Yeah.
even without sound. And he continued his narration practice constantly, especially on the bus.
Narration meaning telling the story of what's happening.
Yeah, just describing everything silently. The driver is wearing sunglasses. The road is bumpy. That woman is reading a book. The man beside me is falling asleep. Just a constant internal monologue in English.
Keeping the English part of his brain active all the time.
Nonstop. Now, one more really clever thing he did in silence. Technique 4. Conversation rebuilding.
Rebuilding, like fixing something.
Exactly. Remember how he felt terrible after making mistakes in real conversations? Like saying, "You wait one moment" to the British couple.
Yeah, he felt he failed.
Well, instead of just feeling bad, he used those mistakes. Later, in silence, he would replay that exact moment in his head.
Relive the mistake. Ouch.
But then he would fix it. He'd think about the better way to say it. So "you wait one moment" becomes...
Maybe, could you please wait a moment? Or just one moment, please?
Precisely. He would practice the correct, more polite, more natural phrase in his head, associating it with that situation.
So he's learning from mistakes without the stress of the real moment.
Yes. It trains his brain to use the better sentence next time. It reinforces the good pathway and weakens the bad one. Very smart.
It really is. So after what, 2 weeks of this silent training?
Yeah, about 2 weeks of really consistent naming, narrating, mind races, silent practice, and rebuilding. He found he could actually think in English for several minutes straight without automatically switching back to Spanish.
The foundation was built. The English thinking habit was starting to take hold.
Exactly. But thinking it is one thing.
Yeah.
Saying it is the next big step.
Right. Chapter 4, the first out loud attempts. Building the bridge. This sounds like the scary part.
It definitely was for Daniel. He said it felt like he had built this secret, safe English world inside his head. But now he had to open the door and let it out into the real world. And that felt like exposure.
Exposure, meaning showing himself, showing his ability or lack of it to other people.
Yes. Silence is safe, hidden. Speaking is public, visible. It's exposure. And that terrified him initially.
So how did he manage that fear? Did he aim high? Try to have a long conversation right away?
No. Thankfully, he was smart about it. He started small. His first goal was just to say one clear English sentence successfully in a real interaction at work. Just one.
Manageable. Less pressure.
Right. But even with that small goal, he noticed something. His thoughts might be getting faster in English, but his mouth felt slow and clumsy. The words didn't come out smoothly.
Ah, the physical part of speaking.
Exactly. His mouth muscles weren't used to making English sounds consistently. It's like physical training for your mouth.
So he needed mouth exercises.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
This led to technique 5, mouth warm-ups.
Like warming up before playing sports.
Kind of. He would find English sounds that were difficult for Spanish speakers, like the sound, think, or the English R sound, really, red, river.
And practice just the sounds?
Yes. Repeat them slowly, focusing on how his tongue and lips moved, trying to make the muscles relaxed and comfortable with those sounds.
So his mouth would be ready when he needed to speak.
Ready and more confident. He also started doing his shadowing out loud.
Okay, so now actually making sound, copying speakers from videos.
Yes. Listening to a short phrase on YouTube, pausing, and then saying it out loud, trying to match the speaker's exact rhythm, intonation, the music of the sentence. Not just the words.
Training his voice and ears together.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's warming up his mouth, he's shadowing out loud. Now, back to the cafe. He had his goal. One clear sentence. Then he increased it.
What was the new goal?
His daily goal became, say, at least 5 sentences in English during his shift.
5 specific sentences.
Not specific ones he memorized, just 5 natural sentences in real interactions. Could be simple things. Here's your change. Your coffee will be ready in a moment. Would you like sugar with that?
Just pushing himself to speak a little bit more each day.
Yes. And he said the first few times his voice trembled. That's a good vocabulary word. Trembled.
Trembled, like shaking slightly. From fear or maybe excitement?
Exactly. His voice trembled a little. But he did it. He said the 5 sentences. And the next day, maybe it trembled a little less.
And the fear?
He said the fear started to shrink. Shrink means get smaller, like a balloon losing air. Each time he spoke successfully, the fear got a tiny bit smaller.
Building confidence through small successes.
Absolutely. And then came a really positive moment, outside the cafe, actually.
What happened?
He was near an ATM, a cash machine, and a tourist stopped him, asked for directions to the pharmacy.
Okay, an unexpected test.
Totally unexpected. And Daniel just answered, clearly, calmly. He said, yes, it's across the street next to the pharmacy.
How did it feel?
He said it felt amazing, like he'd won a gold medal. It wasn't a long sentence, but it was clear, correct, and crucially, there was no freezing. His brain just gave him the words directly.
The silent practice was paying off.
Big time. Now, to really lock in this speed and stop the freezing habit, he created another rule for himself. Technique 6, the 3-second rule.
The 3-second rule, what's that?
Very simple, very strict. If someone spoke to him in English, he gave himself only 3 seconds to start replying.
3 seconds? That's not much time at all.
Nope. 1, 2, 3. Speak. No time to think in Spanish. No time to translate. No time to doubt himself.
Wow. What does that do to your brain?
It forces the brain to use the direct English pathway he'd been building. It has to retrieve the English words immediately. It makes the connection between thought and speech almost instant.
So it's like forcing the automatic response.
Exactly. He said sentences started to feel released, like they just came out, instead of feeling built piece by piece through translation.
Releasing the words, not building them? I like that.
It's a good image, isn't it?
Ah.
And he practiced this speed connection at home, too. He started doing out-loud narration nights.
Like his silent narration, but now speaking.
Yes. While making dinner, cleaning up, he'd just say what he was doing out loud. Okay, I'm filling the kettle now. The water is boiling. I'm getting a cup.
Connecting the action, the English thought, and the spoken words all together in real time.
He was building a strong bridge. That's our next important word. Bridge.
Like a structure that connects two places. Over a river, maybe?
Exactly. Daniel was building a mental nudge, connecting his silent English thoughts directly to his spoken English voice. The 3-second rule and out-loud narration were key parts of building that bridge.
Making the connection strong and fast.
That was the goal. And it led him to his first real extended conversation.
Okay, chapter 5, the first real conversation. This is the big test, right?
This is where all the practice comes together. It happened on a busy Friday afternoon at the cafe. A tourist, a man carrying a backpack, came up to him.
Okay.
And he didn't just order coffee. He asked Daniel for a recommendation.
A recommendation, meaning like advice or a suggestion about something.
Yes. He asked Daniel for a recommendation for a good place to eat dinner nearby.
Ah, okay. That requires more than a simple yes or no. It needs description, opinion.
Exactly. It's an unscripted conversation. Unscripted means not planned, not written down before, real spontaneous talk.
So what did Daniel do? Did the 3-second rule kick in? Did he freeze?
He said he took a breath, smiled, and the words just started coming. He said something like, "Oh yes, there's a really nice restaurant near the main square. They serve very good seafood there."
Wow. He just responded.
He responded. He said it wasn't perfect English, maybe not the most advanced vocabulary, but he was communicating. He wasn't freezing. His brain was finding the English words needed for the situation.
It was responding, not translating.
That's the key feeling he described, responding directly.
What happened if he couldn't think of a specific word during the conversation? Did he stop?
No, and this is important. He used simple words he knew, like maybe he wanted to say the food was delicious, but that word didn't come quickly. So he just said, really good.
Using a synonym or a simpler phrase, a synonym is a word that means the same or almost the same as another word.
Right. Like good is simpler than delicious or exquisite. Or if you forgot the word for, say, atmosphere, he might say the feeling inside is nice, using description.
The main goal was to keep the conversation moving. Keep the flow.
Keep the flow. Don't let silence kill the conversation. Use the words you have. Fluency is about communication, not perfection.
That's a huge relief for learners, I think. Don't aim for perfect, aim for connection.
Absolutely. Now, after the tourist thanked him and left, Daniel did something else. He used technique 7, conversation rebuilding, but this time it was an upgrade.
Conversation rebuilding, upgrading. How is it different from fixing mistakes?
This time, he wasn't just fixing errors. He was taking the good sentences he actually said and making them better in his head.
Ah, okay. So he replayed the seafood recommendation part.
Right. And where he said, the food is really good, in his head he practiced, the food is delicious, and the view from the restaurant at night is amazing.
Adding better vocabulary, more detail. Leveling up his own speech after the fact.
Exactly. It's like reviewing a game you played. What could I have done better? It prepares you to use those better phrases next time.
Very clever. And how did that first real conversation make him feel?
Fantastic. Especially because the tourist actually complimented him. Said something like, "Wow, your English is very good."
Oh, that's the best reward.
The best. It showed him his hard work was paying off. And it changed his feeling about speaking English.
How so?
The fear was basically gone. It turned into excitement. Excitement is that happy, eager feeling about something good that's going to happen.
He started looking forward to speaking English.
Yes, that was the huge mental shift. It wasn't a scary task anymore. It was an exciting opportunity to connect with people. He even made a new rule. Try to have one real English conversation every day.
From avoiding it to seeking it out, that's real progress.
Huge progress. But he still felt there was one more barrier.
What was that? He was thinking in English, speaking more fluently. Chapter 6, breaking the translation habit. Wasn't it broken already?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes, especially when he was tired or stressed or if the topic was really complex, he could feel his brain wanting to take the old path, the long route, through Spanish translation.
The habit wasn't completely gone. It was just weaker.
Exactly. And Daniel wanted true fluency, like speaking English as naturally and automatically as his native Spanish. For that, the translation habit had to be completely, totally finished, eradicated.
So how do you kill a habit like that completely?
He realized he needed specific strategies to actively block the translation pathway and strengthen the direct English pathway even more. This became Technique 8, replacement strategies. It had 5 steps.
Okay, 5 steps to kill translation. What's step 1?
Step 1, short thought training. He called them micro thoughts. He deliberately practiced thinking in very short English phrases. 2, 3, maybe 4 words max. Like. Maybe coffee, open the door, phone ringing, eating lunch. Just tiny, simple thoughts.
Why so short?
Because short thoughts are too fast for translation. There's simply no time for the brain to go through Spanish first. It forces immediate English retrieval for the most basic ideas.
Building the fast, direct connection at the simplest level. Okay, step 2.
Step 2, visual thinking. This one is powerful. He consciously changed how he thought about words. Okay, think of the word apple. What comes into your head?
A red, round fruit.
Right. You see the image. Daniel realized that when he thought apple, he first saw the image, then maybe thought the Spanish word manzana, then the English word apple. He needed to cut out the Spanish word.
So connect the image directly to the English word. See the fruit. Think apple.
Exactly. Link the English word directly to the thing, the image, the concept, the feeling, not to the word in your native language. Remove the middleman.
Making English words the direct labels for things in the world.
Precisely. It's about changing the brain's filing system. English words go straight into the concept file, not into the translate the Spanish word file.
Okay, that makes sense. Step 3.
Step 3, real-world reaction speed. This tested step 2. He practiced looking at things in the real world and naming them in English instantly.
Like a game. See a bus?
Think bus arrives.
Oh.
See spilled coffee. Think coffee is spilled. Instantly connecting the event to a short English phrase, no delay.
Testing that direct image to English link under pressure. Got it. Step 4.
Step 4, ban on mental translation. This was strict self-discipline. If he caught himself translating in his head,
which still happens sometimes.
Yes, especially when tired. If he caught it, he wouldn't just let it go. He would mentally shout, stop.
Stop the thought.
Stop the translation process. And then he would consciously rebuild the thought directly in English from the beginning.
Actively refusing the old habit and forcing the new one.
Yes. Constant vigilance, constant reinforcement of the English-only pathway.
Okay, and the last one. Step 5.
Step 5. Rescue phrases. This was practical. He accepted he wouldn't always know the perfect English word instantly.
Right, vocabulary gaps happen.
So instead of freezing or switching to Spanish when he forgot a word, like maybe the word whisk for eggs, he had practiced simple rescue phrases.
What are rescue phrases?
They are simple ways to describe the thing you mean. So instead of stopping for whisk, he'd quickly say, it's something you use to mix eggs quickly.
Describing the function or appearance.
Yes. Or, it's a kind of tool for. Or, it looks like a These phrases keep the flow going. They buy your brain a second to maybe remember the word. But even if not, the other person understands, and the conversation doesn't die.
Keep talking. Describe around the missing word. Don't freeze.
That's the essence of it. Flow is king.
Yeah.
So those 5 steps, micro thoughts, visual thinking, reaction speed, banning translation, rescue phrases, were his final attack on the translation habit.
And did it work?
It seemed to. He described it as mind merging. English wasn't just a tool anymore. It started to become part of his identity.
Mind merging.
Yeah, he started using English for everything. His shopping lists were in English. When he daydreamed, the thoughts were in English. His personal goals were written in English. He said one day he was thinking about a childhood memory, and he realized the entire memory, the thoughts and feelings, were happening in English in his head.
Wow. That's deep integration. The operating system really switched.
That's a great way to put it. The default operating system became English.
Okay, so he's thinking directly in English, The translation habit is mostly gone. What's left? Chapter 7. Speaking upon, like you think. What does that mean?
This was the next level. He noticed a new kind of problem, or rather a gap. A gap is like an empty space between two things.
The gap between what?
Between the thoughts in his head and the words coming out of his mouth. His thoughts in English have become quite complex, detailed, nuanced.
Right, from all the practice, the cup story, the rebuilding.
Exactly. But when he spoke, especially under pressure, his sentences were often still quite simple, basic.
Ah, I see. So inside his head, maybe he's thinking, this city has a fascinating history, the architecture is beautiful, but the public transport can be a bit unreliable, although I love the parks.
A complex thought.
Yeah.
But what came out might just be, the city is nice. People are friendly.
Right. The spoken words don't match the richness of the internal thought. There's a gap.
Precisely. He wanted to close that gap. He wanted his spoken English to sound as fluent and detailed as his English thoughts felt.
So how do you make your spoken words more complex and detailed, like your thoughts?
He worked on Technique 9, thought-to-speech expansion. Expansion means making something larger, adding detail.
Expanding his sentences. How? Step 1.
Step 1, slow down to expand. This sounds counterintuitive after the 3-second rule, but this was for practice, usually when alone. He would deliberately slow down his speaking speed.
Why slow down?
To give his brain enough time to consciously add layers to his simple thoughts. Layers like description, reasons, examples, feelings.
Okay, so take a simple thought like, the weather is nice today.
And slow down and expand it. The weather is nice today because the sun is shining brightly and the air feels really fresh, which actually makes me feel quite happy and energetic.
Adding because, adding and, adding which, adding feeling words.
Yeah.
Building complexity deliberately.
Yes, practicing adding those layers slowly helps the brain learn to do it faster in real conversation later.
Okay, step 2 for expansion.
Step 2, use connectors. This is crucial for flow and complexity. He consciously practiced using connecting words and phrases.
Connectors like?
Words like because, so, and, but, however, therefore, actually also. These words link ideas together smoothly. They make your speech sound like a flowing river, not just a list of separate rocks.
So instead of, I like this city, people are friendly, use a connector.
I like this city because the people are so friendly and it has a lot of interesting places to visit. It just sounds more natural and fluent.
Great, connects the ideas logically. Step 3.
Step 3, speak feelings, not just facts. Often, beginner or intermediate speech is very factual. The food was good. The movie was long.
Okay.
Daniel practiced adding how things made him feel and why. So not just the beach was good, but
going to the beach was wonderful because the sound of the waves made me feel really relaxed and calm.
perfect. You added the feeling, relaxed, calm, and the reason, sound of the waves. This makes speech much richer and more engaging and forces you to use more varied vocabulary.
Expressing the internal emotional state, not just the external fact. Makes sense. Step 4.
Step 4. Practice no-filter speaking. This sounds a bit strange, but it's about allowing yourself to express the full thought that's in your head, not just the easy summary.
No filter, like saying everything, politely, I assume.
Yes, politely. It means don't hold back the details just because it's easier to say something simple. If you try a new coffee and your thought is complex,
Like, this is interesting. It's quite bitter at first, but then there's a sweet aftertaste, maybe like chocolate.
don't just say, it's nice. Try to express that whole thought. Wow, this coffee is interesting. It's quite bitter initially, but it has a surprisingly sweet aftertaste, almost like dark chocolate.
Okay, so practicing letting the full detailed thought come out in spoken words, closing the gap.
Exactly. Training the mouth to keep up with the complexity of the mind.
This is really a complete system he built, from basic naming to expressing complex thoughts.
It really was. And the final chapters, 8 and 9, are about living and testing, making it all stick.
So, Chapter 8, Living in English. How did he make it a 247 thing?
He focused on his environment. Environment means the conditions, the surroundings, the world around you. He wanted his entire environment to scream English.
How?
Little things, big things. He put sticky notes with English words on things all around his apartment. The mirror, the fridge, the computer. So English was the first thing he saw when he woke up.
Constant visual reminders.
Yes. He continued his out-loud narration, especially at breakfast.
Okay.
I'm slicing the bread now. I'm spreading the butter.
Yeah.
Making the connection between actions and spoken English automatic.
And his digital world. Phone, computer.
Switched everything. Phone language, English, apps he used often,
Yeah.
English versions, social media, followed English accounts, news websites, read in English. His whole digital world became English.
Immersion through technology.
Totally. And crucially, he started using English for real tasks, things he actually needed to do.
Right.
Finding a recipe for dinner search in English, reading reviews before buying something, read them in English, planning a weekend trip, research it in English.
Using English as a tool to live his life, not just as a subject to study?
That's the key difference. When you need the language to achieve something real, your brain learns it much faster and deeper.
Okay, so he's living in English. What about Chapter 9? Testing, the pressure test.
Right. He realized being fluent when you're relaxed is good, but true fluency means it works even when you're stressed. He needed unshakable fluency.
Unshakable fluency, meaning fluency that doesn't fall apart, doesn't shake when things get difficult.
Exactly. Fluency that stays with you even when your heart is racing, or people are talking fast, or you're under pressure.
And he faced a real test of this.
Oh yeah, the ultimate cafe pressure test. Imagine this. 6 tourists, all talking at once, ordering different complicated coffees, interrupting each other, asking questions quickly.
Oh, that sounds like chaos. Maximum pressure.
Total chaos.
Sure.
And Daniel was in the middle of it. And he survived. He managed the orders, answered the questions.
How? Did he use complex sentences?
No. That was the key lesson he learned under pressure. When the pressure is high, simplify.
Simplify. Go back to basics.
Yes. Use short, clear sentences. Focus on getting the core message across. Don't try to be fancy. Just keep the communication flowing. Manage the situation step by step. Okay, one moment, please. 2 cappuccinos? Yes. Soy milk for you. Short, direct, functional.
Survival mode means clear and simple.
Exactly. Trying to use complex sentences under that much pressure could lead to freezing again. Simplify to keep the flow alive.
So how did he practice for pressure like that? You can't just wait for 6 tourists to attack.
He created pressure drills. Practice exercises specifically designed to simulate pressure.
Like what?
One drill was rapid-fire questions. He'd have a friend, or even use an app, fire random questions at him for 1 minute. What's your favorite color? Where did you go yesterday? What time is it? And he had to answer immediately, with no silence longer than 2 seconds.
Forcing instant responses under time pressure.
Yep. Another drill was describing random objects. Pick up anything, a pen, a shoe, a bottle, and describe it in detail for 1 full minute without stopping. Forces continuous speech about something unexpected.
Training the brain to perform at high speed, even when surprised.
That's the idea. Building that unshakable fluency that works even when things get tough.
And the result of all this? Did Daniel achieve his goal? Did he get the London job?
The story ends with him confidently working, actually. It describes him in a hotel lobby, easily giving detailed recommendations to international guests about the city.
So he's fluent.
He's fluent. And the most important thing was his realization. He wasn't thinking about English anymore while he was speaking.
What was he thinking about?
His message. What he wanted to say. The information he wanted to share with the guests. English had become invisible.
It wasn't the wall anymore.
It was the bridge. A totally clear, strong bridge between his thoughts and the other person. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's true fluency.
Wow. What a journey. From freezing over cappuccinos to smoothly giving recommendations, it really shows it's possible.
It absolutely is. It takes work, the right techniques, consistency, but it's possible to train your brain.
Okay, let's quickly summarize the key takeaways, the main rules from Daniel's story for everyone listening.
Good idea. Rule number 1.
Rule 1. Stop translating. Don't go through your native language. Link the English word directly to the thing, the image, the feeling. Cut out the middleman.
Rule 2. Live in English. Make it your 24/7 world. Your thoughts, your phone, your daily tasks. Immerse yourself. It needs to be the air you breathe.
Rule 3. Practice in silence. Use those quiet moments as your secret training ground. Build the connections, rebuild conversations, run mind races in your head. Silence is safe and powerful.
And rule 4. Use the 3-second rule. When you have a chance to speak, respond quickly. Don't give your brain time to freeze or translate. Force the direct English response.
Stop translating. Live in English. Practice in silence. Speak quickly.
And remember Daniel's big realization. Fluency isn't some magic gift you're born with. It's a habit you build.
Like building that bridge piece by piece, step by step. You can do it.
You definitely can.
Okay, to help you start right now, here are a few very simple practice questions based on Daniel's techniques. Ready?
Let's hear them.
First, try the naming exercise right now. Look around you. What are 3 things you see? Say their name and color in English. Just simple phrases.
Like blue chair, white table, green lamp. You try it. What do you see?
Second, think about when you walk somewhere later today. Try the silent narration. What is one interesting thing you see? Describe it in a simple English sentence in your head.
Maybe a red car is driving fast, or a small dog is running. Just one observation in English.
And finally, a little goal setting. What is one small goal you have for learning English this week? Think about it just in English. Maybe practice naming objects 5 minutes, or learn 3 new verbs.
Just setting a small intention, using English to think about your English learning, it all helps.
Absolutely. Every little step builds the bridge.
Keep practicing, keep thinking in English.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive at English Story Cafe. Keep building your bridge, and we'll talk to you again soon.